secretly, welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Fasten your seatbelts for one of the great divisional rivalries in the NFL. This is the first of 2 games between these teams this year, and you know it's going to be entertaining. It's the Jets going up against the Bills. With that, let's send you up to Orchard Park in Western New York, where we say hello to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we're on to week 2 in the NFL season as we've got a good one here between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
He may have had some off-season foot surgery, but that hasn't prevented Sammy Watkins from being Sammy Watkins, and that's special.
Yeah, when we see him before the game running the route tree, looked like the same Sammy Watkins to me that we saw a year ago.
Yeah, and I think he's going to just keep getting better and better. I love his explosiveness off the line of scrimmage as he starts his routes.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Let's go! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And here's our first look today at this offense.
And let's start with LaShawn Shady McCoy, their star running back. He can do everything. Run it inside, get to the perimeter, and, of course, catch it out of the backfield.
So 2nd and 10 here. Again, it's McCoy. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go. And quickly, the starting 11 now for the New York defense.
Darryl Smith is a very reliable linebacker who can rush off the edge and also cover in the secondary.
Offense in a little bit of a bind here. 9 yards to go on 3rd down. Now it's Taylor. They got a man. It's Woods. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Now a 1st down carry here for McCoy. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! What? Nothing! What? Nothing! Flex round! Flex round!
From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Right side complete. That's Woods. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Muhammad Wilkerson elevated a Temple program that was looking for players like him, and he's carried that on into the NFL. What a terrific play there.
Yeah, a nice tackle for loss for the former Temple Owl, as you said, and the 30th pick in the 2011 draft. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. Stocker's got it. Complete. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick now to throw on 1st down. It's caught. Spade. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Here's Matt Forte with his first carry. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So the carry that time for Forte, a man who turned 30 last December, Charles.
And he wants to make sure we forget about that with his new team, the New York Jets. But we do know that 30 is the dreaded age for runners.
And Forte so experienced, more touches than anybody else in the NFL the last 8 years. Back to the ground on 1st, it's Forte. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And here are the starters offensively. And one of the wideouts, Eric Decker.
Remember when he came out of school, out of Minnesota, and many thought he was nothing more than a number 2 or 3 receiver? He's proven everyone wrong. He's a guy who's a high-volume catcher and a terrific player downfield.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Here's Fitzpatrick. He's got time in the pocket. Going for it all. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Throwing Fitzpatrick. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. Short throw pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback. And as we saw in week one, the new rule, this one coming out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Jets. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early. to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They come out here in the eye. A give to the fullback on the dive. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Defensively, starting lineup for the Bills, and a disruptor on the line, certainly Shaq Lawson.
Loved him during his time at Clemson. Really, really liked him when he played in the national championship game because he wasn't 100%, had gotten hurt in the game before, and found a way back onto the field and made a difference.
On 3rd and 1, here's Fitzpatrick. Sets up the screen to Forte. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away. Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on 3rd down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass. Now Marshall coming in motion right. On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerry Hughes in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016. Here's Tom Hackett now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Nice stiff arm.
Underused, but still effective.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Come on, let's go. Here we go.
Taylor with a give to McCoy. Spinning past him. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. So McCoy adding to his yardage total in this one. Last year, 895 yards in his first season in Buffalo. Of course, he had Charles 4,000-yard years in Philadelphia.
And you know the man they call Shady wants to throw some shade at the Eagles for ever letting him go. He wants a big year in 2016.
Now Taylor. Flush to his right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Now you understand why part of Tyrod Taylor's nickname is mobile. He led the AFC quarterbacks in rushing in 2015, and anyone who thought that he couldn't beat him with his legs, they found out differently.
Now Taylor going to hand this one off to McCoy. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2. Now they'll throw with Taylor. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. And they've got it here with a first down.
Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Ohio.
This give is to McCoy. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A gain of 3, second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Let's go. Grand 38. Ohio. Flex round.
On second down, here's Taylor. Incomplete. Chris Gregg, his tight end, was the intended target. And that takes us from second to third down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On third down, Taylor. This is caught. Watkins. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. Set to return, here's Raheem Mostert. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now a second down throw for Fitzpatrick. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Let's go.
A give to McCoy. Down right around the 25. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. One receiver right is Watkins.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Taylor. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
And And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position, but as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
Out of the pistol, it's McCoy. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
A one-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of one-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional one-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go! What? Nine! Ohio!
Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Charles Clay has tied in the intended target, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Taylor. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
So a bullet dodge there defensively. They surrender excellent field position on the kick return, but it winds up not costing them a thing.
And that's a tough sequence of events from an offensive perspective. The inability to get first downs leads to the field goal try. And the inability to cash that in leads to nothing on the scoreboard.
And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The drive begins with a run by Forte. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They stay on the ground. Forte again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Forte, the lone running back. Fitzpatrick to throw it. Going deep now for Decker. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Eric Decker, the intended target. And that brings up 4th down. Here's Tom Hackett now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Throwing now, Taylor on first down. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. First and 10, it's Taylor. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Offense comes to the line now, first and 10.
Ohio, let's go. Here we go.
To throw is Taylor. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Offense looking to avoid a third and long. It's second and 10.
Flex round. Let's go. Brand 38. Ohio.
From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Ohio.
They come up in an offset eye. Now Taylor will turn and call a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
This is McCoy. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. On second down, Taylor looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Charles Clay as tight end, and it's third down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Let's go, Ohio! Ohio!
From the gun, it's Taylor. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. And a grab over the middle by Stocker. Call it a 3-yard gain, so that'll bring up 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Now Fitzpatrick, he gets it here to Peak. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Eric Decker was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
As a general rule, receivers love the comeback route because it puts them right in the sight lines of the guy throwing the ball. But in this case, the defender saw it and were able to knock it away.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Again, it's Fitzpatrick. Sets up the screen to Forte. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. 1:59 to go in the 1st half. Back to Buffalo after this. Now is Nick Folk in the field goal unit for the Jets. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Folk's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a little fortunate there because that one was definitely leaking right.
Without a doubt. Maybe about the width of a football or so inside that right upright. But he got it to go.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Bills getting set to go. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He was trying to force it to his tight end Clay there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a good play when you're able to bat a ball away or down, because if you actually tip it in the air, now the offense is getting a second shot at catching the football, or another receiver may come along and grab it out of the air and turn it into a big play. So if you make a play on the ball, make sure it's knocked away or down. Otherwise, there could be some jeopardy.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Nine yards to go. It's 3rd down. One man on the backfield. That's McCoy. On 3rd down, Taylor. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So on 4th down, the Bills call on the punt unit and Colton Schmidt. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Jets take possession. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And now out come the Bills. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Let's go! Flex round!
Now Taylor on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
One man on the backfield. That's McCoy. Again, now it's Taylor on 2nd and 10. Left side here, caught by Clay. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Flex round!
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. His throw incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Come on, let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Flex round!
2nd and 10 now, it's Taylor. He's going to loft one deep left side here. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, D. Milliner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And New York set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. One receiver left, 3 to the right. Out of his end zone, Fitzpatrick. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Decker unable to pull it in, and that'll make it third down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park, where the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Mostert now to return. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And New York set to take the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're doing it.
And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Fitzpatrick now on second down. And he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his third pick of the game. Instead, it's third down.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
One receiver left, 2 to the right. Third and long for Ryan Fitzpatrick. And able to find Decker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
On first down, this is Forte. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Now a second down throw for Fitzpatrick. To Decker over the middle. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. The play clock's running down. A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for Matt Spaeth, the tight end. And now it's second down. Forte, the lone running back. Fitzpatrick. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now a toss. This is Forte. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
Play fake. It's Fitzpatrick. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Their big-bodied receiver. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again.
Well, you know, you can't get all the points back at once, but baby steps a good start.
A start that was sorely needed because this team looked like they might be out of this one, but getting a touchdown, getting back into it, gives them hope as they move forward.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
On second down, here's Taylor. And he fends him off. Going deep for his tight end, Clay. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. Sammy Watkins, he's going to go. And he'll be down deep into Jet territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
And now a first down following that long gain.
Flex round! Flex round!
One man on the backfield. That's McCoy. He's going to get the football. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play. Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
3rd down now following the completed pass.
Here we go! Flex round!
Taylor now to throw on 3rd down. It's complete to the tight end, Bragg. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab.
Let's go!
Here's Taylor. Incomplete. He was trying to force it to his tight end, Clay, there, and it's second down.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Second and goal from the 1. They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bills will extend their lead. Carpenter now for the extra point. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his third so far. After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. This will be taken short. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And New York set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
And the tight end, Luke Stocker, was the target. And that'll bring up second down.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there. And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Fitzpatrick. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Marshall, the intended receiver, and it's 4th and 4.
Well, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a third down attempt.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
One man on the backfield. That's McCoy. On second down, Taylor. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well. But no second-guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going with Forte. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, being able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
He filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Play clock winding down. Again they run, again it's Forte. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Forte, the lone running back. On play action, Fitzpatrick finding time. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And here come the Bills. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. After the interception, here's Taylor. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Taylor to throw on 2nd down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Pulled in at the 24. 31 yards on the punt there. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Back now in Buffalo. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. Forte, the lone running back. Fitzpatrick now on 2nd down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
Fitzpatrick now.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
This is fielded at the 27. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
On 1st down, it's Taylor. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Another carry tonight for McCoy. He's been the workhorse. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Taylor. And that is incomplete. He was trying to force it to his tight end Clay there, and it's 4th down.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
New York set to take the field, and they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
They go play action here on 1st down. Peake's got it over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 19. And that's good for a Jet 1st down. On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. The former Clemson Tiger, Sharon Peake, was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Second down here after the incomplete pass. Marshall, the lone receiver on the left side. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing again here, Fitzpatrick on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. 7 yards on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
Again, it's Fitzpatrick. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And this is no good. Close, but no cigar, just wide right. And this score will stay right where it is. So they'll come away with nothing here. A disappointing result even on a day like this.
And as a kicker in the rain, you've got to slow things down a little bit. Give your holder an extra half second to make sure everything's secure. And here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up no good.
Come on, let's go. White 90. White 90.
They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Colton Schmidt now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now, this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
They come up in an offset eye. On 2nd down, Fitzpatrick again. Right back for Marshall. This time it's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2nd down following the run. They'll go again to McCoy. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game. Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Flex round! Flex round! Here we go! Flex round! Flex round! Let's go!
Now McCoy. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. So out now come the Jets. Fitzpatrick now after the fumble recovery. Under pressure, he's going to go down. Look at this, way back around the 43.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now a second down throw for Fitzpatrick. And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And the Bills offense comes out ready to take over. Now, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So, in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, they'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Sheldon Richardson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Come on, let's go! Come on, let's go!
They'll run it with McCoy. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down. McCoy. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Here's Colton Schmidt now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The New York set to take the field. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And down he'll go at the 25. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
To throw is Fitzpatrick. He'll rifle it, and now here is another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
He missed it again. The 4th time now in this game alone, and that has to be great cause for concern over on that sideline. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. Following the penalty, it's Forte. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Forte, the lone running back. He'll get the football here. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. They go play action. Fitzpatrick. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Tom Hackett now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And that will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And last time out they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Here's McCoy. Oh, the spin. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Here's Colton Schmidt now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Here's Fitzpatrick. He completes it to Peak. It's a gain of 24 that time. And it's first down, New York. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Bills are victorious as we say so long from Buffalo.